Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR-FM. Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science. And now, here is your host for the day.
Blessed Monday afternoon to one and all. So, how are you, dear grade 8 learners? So, another wonderful afternoon to all of us. So, bagong kaalaman ulit ang ating mapapag-aralan for this afternoon. So, we would like also to greet, good afternoon po sa aming Chief Education Supervisor and the Officer in Charge of Doña Aurora National High School, Sir Rodrigo V. Pascua, our Assistant Principal, Ma'am Ruby R. Guillermo, and to all head teachers, all teaching staff, and employee of dance. To the parents also, and to all our stakeholders, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. So, ayun, inuulit ko, grade 8 learners, para sa inyo ang programa sa oras na ito. So, special mention to my grade 8 Ivory and 8 Beige. So, I am teacher Rifey B. Magaway. Ito, katabi ko ngayon, si Ma'am Rosel, napakaganda. Ma'am Lynn, syempre, pinakamaganda and pinakagwapo sa aming apat, Sir Hector Del Rosario.
Akala ko pinakamaganda rin.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Rio. Syempre, hindi ako papayag pag hindi ako pinakamaganda sa atin lahat ngayon dito. Okay, so amazing Monday afternoon to all viewers and listeners. So I am teacher Linda Ramos. And hello to my 8 Copernicus, 8 Socrates, and 8 Aristotle, and to all grade 8 learners. I hope you will stay with us until the last minute of our segment.
Yes, ma'am. So, fantastic afternoon to everyone. So, again, I'm Teacher Rosel, the science teacher of 8 Maroon, Purple, and Lavender. So, to our dear learners, enjoy our live discussion for today.
Okay, good afternoon to everyone. I am Hector De Rosario, science teacher of grade 8, Crimson and Science. I hope you are all ready to listen and interact to us today.
Yes. So, I think they are all now ready, Sir Hector. So, hello also sa ating, sa mga 8 SPA, 8 SPJ from Ma'am Donabel Rodriguez. And also saying hello to you, 8 Aquamarine and 8 Tangerine mula naman kay Ma'am Mirna Galingana. Hello also to 8 Burgundy from Sir Ryan Colcol. Siyempre, kasama sa pinakagwapo rin sa mga oras na ito, si Sir Ryan, kasi siya yung technical namin. At siyempre, dito rin si Sir Joshel.
Behind the scene nga lang sila.
Okay, so ayan nga, napakaswerte naman ng mga learners natin, naggagandahan at naggugwapuhan. Okay, so for the information of everybody, we are on the 4th week of quarter 2, shift 1. So for this week's lesson, we are going to study about comets, asteroids, and meteors with a learning competency. Compare and contrast comets, asteroids, and meteors.
So for this afternoon, Ma'am Rosel, they will learn yung mga composition nitong tatlong ito, comets, meteoroids, asteroids.
Yes, ma'am, you are right.
Yung mga characteristics nila, and they should be able at the end of our live discussion, syempre, and the RBI, they should able to compare and contrast these three celestial bodies.
Yes, we are going to explore the outer space for this afternoon.
Wow! So, what are we waiting for? Let us now listen to the RBI lesson. But before that, syempre, kailangan nyo maglabas muna nung inyong learning activity sheet and a pen and a paper. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Physics, chemistry, earth science, biology, biochemistry, environmental science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is a way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity of how the world develops and works today. Science, science, science. This is your class, and this is science.
Good afternoon to our listeners, most especially to the grade 8 learners. I am teacher Yufei B. Magaway, your radio teacher in science. I hope you are all doing great. Before we begin, please be reminded of the following. Your pen, notebook, and learning activity sheet titled Comets, Asteroids, and Meteors. Always remember to take down important concepts from the lesson. Are you all set?
Yes, ma'am.
We will begin today's episode with a review of our previous topic, which is about typhoon. From that lesson, what agency oversees the tracking of the movement and strength of a typhoon once it enters the Philippine area of responsibility?
Ma'am, the agency that oversees the activities of typhoon is the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA.
You are right! The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA monitors the weather and predicts typhoon movement every day. What happens if a typhoon hits the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR?
Ma'am, when it finally enters the Philippine Area of Responsibility or PAR, it has already developed into a tropical storm.
Precisely! Where does typhoon usually develop?
Ma'am, Typhoon usually starts in an area with high temperature because it needs water vapor in order to form and requires warm ocean water to be able to develop.
Wow, that's great! It seems that you learned a lot from our previous lesson. For this week's lesson, we are going to study about comets, asteroids, and meteors.
Wow!
You are expected to compare and contrast three heavenly bodies: comets, meteors, and asteroids. Have you seen a movie showing rocks from outer space? Will you give examples?
Yes, ma'am. The movie's titled Star Trek, Apollo 11, and the Avengers.
What is all about those movies?
They are science fiction films which are related to our lesson on heavenly bodies and how they move in the universe, ma'am.
Yes, you are right. At night, we can see how dispersed the rock bits are. They all glow like stars. Did you know that there are many rocks in outer space?
Yes, ma'am. Comets, asteroids, and meteors are examples of space rocks.
Yes, my dear. These three types of rocks are believed to be leftover material from the sun and the planets when they were created. Some of these rocks are hundreds of miles long, while others are only a few feet in size. Sometimes, people are confused about the differences between these rocks. Comets, asteroids, and meteors are remnants of our solar system 4.6 billion years ago. But did you know that each of them is quite different?
Yes, ma'am.
People have known about comets for a long time. If you ask your grandparents about comets, they may share some superstitious ideas about comets bringing bad luck. Why?
Ma'am, it is because there were people who believed that comets were bad spirits that look like the appearance of a woman with a head and its long hair behind.
Yes, and to some ancestors, this was an old-time sign of mourning. To other people, the appearance of a comet as a sword is a sign of war, death, and famine. What then is a comet?
Ma'am, a comet is a fuzzy, luminous, big, dirty snowball composed of rock dust wrapped around a big ball of ice.
Correct. What more?
Ma'am, comets are frozen leftovers from the formation of the solar system composed of dust, rock, and ice.
That's right, my dear learners. They range from a few miles to tens of miles wide. But as they orbit closer to the sun, they heat up and spew gases and dust into a glowing head that can be larger than a planet. Comets move around the sun, usually in a highly eccentric orbit. How about asteroids?
Asteroids are rocky fragments that orbit around the sun, ma'am.
Very good. What else?
Ma'am, asteroids are rocky objects revolving around the sun that are too small to be called planets. They are also known as planetoids or minor planets.
Correct. An asteroid is any of millions of small celestial objects revolving around the sun, often irregularly shaped and having a great range in size. Although asteroids orbit the sun like planets, they are much smaller than planets. Have you ever caught a glimpse of a shooting star in the sky at night? How does it appear, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am. It appears as an object with a tail just like a comet.
You are right. It travels quickly and appears to fall on the ground. Shooting star is another name for a meteor. Is a meteor a star?
Ma'am, a meteor is not a star. A meteor is a light phenomenon or a streak of light that occurs when a meteor burns up as it enters the Earth's atmosphere.
Precisely. A meteoroid is a broken up rock and dust from either a comet, asteroid, the moon, or from Mars. The friction from the atmosphere makes it heat up and glow, sometimes making it visible as it streaks through the sky. Comets and asteroids are referred to by astronomers as near-Earth objects. This time, let's discuss the similarities and differences among comets, asteroids, and meteors. In Table 1 in your learning activity sheet, it shows the comparison of some characteristics of comets, asteroids, and meteors. Kindly give their characteristics.
Ma'am, these are origin, shape, chemical composition, and orbit.
Now, let's compare first the origin of comets, meteors, and asteroids. What can you say about the origin of these three rocks? Where do comets come from?
Ma'am, comets usually come from the Oort cloud, which is beyond our solar system, and a few from Kuiper Belt, which is just beyond Neptune's orbit.
Nice answer! There are long-period comets and short-period comets. Can you give the difference between long-period and short-period comets?
Ma'am, long-period comets come from the Oort cloud while short-period comets come from the Kuiper Belt.
Very good! Do you know the famous comet of the 20th century?
Yes, ma'am. The famous comet of the 20th century is the comet Halley. It is the only known short-period comet. It takes 75 to 79 years of comet Halley to orbit the sun.
You are correct. We see it in the sky every time it makes its nearest approach to the sun. All other comets that have been identified are classified as long-period comets and take 200 millions of years to complete their orbit around the sun. Hayleys Comet was seen in 1910 and then again in 1986. What year will the comet be observed again in the Earth's skies?
Ma'am, Hayleys Comet was last spotted in Earth's skies in 1986 and it will return on its 76-year journey around the sun in 2061.
That's right, my dear. How about the asteroids? Where do asteroids come from?
Ma'am, asteroids originate from the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
Correct! Scientists believe that this belt is the remains of a planet that did not fully develop. How about the meteor, dear learners?
Ma'am, Meteor's origin is from the asteroid belt.
Very good! Most of the asteroids we discuss are in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. How about their shapes?
Comets, asteroids, and meteors have varied and irregular shapes, ma'am.
Correct! They are all varied and irregular in shapes. Another difference between asteroid and comets is their chemical composition. Kindly share your knowledge about their chemical composition.
Ma'am, asteroids contain rocks and metals while comets contain ice or icy objects including dust, metals, and elements like sodium and argon. Unlike a comet, an asteroid is composed mostly of rocks and metals that are mostly iron and nickel.
Very well said, my dear. Scientists discovered that comet Hale-Bopp contains argon, which made the comet appear brightly. Another idea about their composition, dear learners?
Comets, meteors, and asteroids are made up of different materials, ma'am. A relatively higher amount of silicate content cause these celestial bodies to reflect light.
Very good. Silicates are types of metal that contain silicon, oxygen, and at least one metal. If an asteroid has fewer silicate content, then it would be hard to see it even with the aid of a telescope, because only a small part of the asteroid can reflect light, and it might seem smaller than its actual size. Let's continue our discussion after the short reminder.
Uy, Pedro! Nagpabakuna ka na ba?
Oo naman, Petra. Bakunado na yata to. Dapat ang bawat isa ay mahikayat ng magpabakuna. Bata, matanda, tara na!
Tama ka dyan, Pedro. Kung may bakuna, siguradong protektado tayo laban sa virus. Kaya magpapavaksin na rin ako.
Tandaan, magpabakuna, siguradong protektado ka.
Isang paalala mula sa Doña Aurora National High School at ng himpilang ito.
It's Science Time!
You're listening to Teacher Rio.
I'm back! Moving on the composition of an asteroid, it provides information to the chemical compositions of planets in the solar system. Iron and nickel are the asteroid's components, which are the same metals that make up the Earth's core. Do you know the Alvarez hypothesis?
Yes, ma'am. The Alvarez brothers discovered the rocks that contains higher level of iridium compared to the Earth's crust, which is the same level of iridium of the asteroid. Because of this, they have presumed that asteroids landed on Earth that caused the death of the dinosaurs. They came up to their hypothesis, which was later called as Alvarez hypothesis.
What a nice answer! The composition of a comet is important in helping scientists understand how Earth has liquid water, which in turn made the planet habitable. Meteor has no orbit as it is inside the Earth's atmosphere. Now, who can compare the orbit of a comet to an asteroid?
Ma'am, the orbit of an asteroid is more circular compared to that of a comet. An asteroid's orbit lies between Mars and Jupiter, and the region between these two planets is called Asteroid Belt. On the other hand, the orbit of a comet is more elongated or elliptical in shape since it extends from the far region of the solar system.
That's right! The orbit of an asteroid is more rounded and less elliptical than the orbit of a comet. In February 2013, asteroid 2012 DA14 made a very close approach to Earth as it orbited the Sun. Distance in space is measured in light years, and this asteroid was just 0.4 light year away from the Earth. After discussing comets, asteroids, and meteors, let us answer Activity 1 titled, Who Am I? Kindly read the directions.
Read the descriptions given and distinguish whether they are comet, asteroid, or meteor, ma'am.
Yes! Make 3 columns. Mark comet, asteroid, and meteor on a separate sheet of paper. Put a check mark on the appropriate column as indicated by the descriptions. Do not copy the descriptions on your paper anymore. Alright, let's answer item number 1. I have a tail. What is the answer?
It is a comet, ma'am. Comet has a tail.
Very good. Item number 2. I am known as the shooting star. What is the answer?
Ma'am, it is a meteor. Meteor is known as the shooting star.
Correct. Number 3. I come from between Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud. Your answer, please?
It is a comet, ma'am. Comet comes from the Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud.
That's right. Let's proceed to item number 4. I am a bright streak of light in the sky and lasts for a few seconds. What is your answer?
It is a meteor, ma'am. Meteor is a bright streak of light in the sky and lasts for a few seconds.
Correct. Item number 5. I come from between Mars and Jupiter.
It is an asteroid, ma'am. Asteroid comes from between Mars and Jupiter.
You are right. Did you get all the correct answers, dear learners?
Yes, ma'am.
Good job! Let's proceed to activity 2, labeled True or False. Please read the directions.
Read the statements about comets, meteors, and asteroids. Write true if the given statement is correct and false if it is incorrect. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper.
Number 1 statement. Asteroids, comets, and meteors are parts of the solar system. They also revolve around the sun. True or false?
Ma'am, it is true. Asteroids, comets, and meteors are part of the solar system.
Correct. Number 2 statement. Comets are often seen in the night sky as shooting stars. True or false?
The answer is false, ma'am. Comets are not often seen in the night sky as shooting stars.
Very good. For the remaining items, you may continue answering after this episode or in your most convenient time. Before we summarize our lesson, let's have a short break.
COVID-19 has caused loss of lives and economic hardship all over the world. It has changed our habits and the way we live while testing our public health systems and impacting on our livelihoods. With this, the role of environmental health practitioner has never been more vital as we face up to the ongoing challenges this pandemic. Many changes are about to happen for a greener environment, more equal and more stabilized economy. COVID-19 pandemic has resulted numerous impacts on the environment and climate. But amid this crisis, we have a chance to build a better community and environment. Hashtag healthy environment. Hashtag healthy community.
It's science time!
You're listening to Teacher Rio.
I'm back! Now, let us sum up our topic. What are your learnings today, my dear learners?
Ma'am, we learned that a comet is a fuzzy, luminous, big dirty snowball composed of rock dust wrapped around a big ball of ice, while an asteroid is a rocky fragment that orbits around the sun.
Very good. What else?
The three rocks in space come in different sizes and shapes, ma'am.
Correct. Any more?
Ma'am, we learned that the main difference between the comet and asteroid is the origin. Comets come from the Oort cloud and Kuiper belt, while the asteroids come from the asteroid belt.
That's great. It seems that you really understood our lesson. Why is the study of comets, asteroids, and meteors important?
The asteroids, comets, and meteors are important to the solar system because they are the main raw elements of planets, ma'am. Comets provide clues on how liquid water is formed on Earth.
Correct. What more?
Ma'am, meteors provide information on star formation and evolution, and asteroids provide information on the composition of the Earth's interior.
Yes. What else?
Ma'am, comets and asteroids are important to understand our solar system because it is believed that comets and asteroids are the relic of the material that form the solar system.
Very good. Now, let's reflect on the popular phenomenon occurring on the sky called the shooting star. Do our wishes come true if we wish upon a star?
It depends, ma'am. If we believe in that wish and we work hard to achieve it, then it can happen. But if we just say it and doesn't do anything about it, then it remains forever as a wish.
That's true. We have to chase our wish in order to achieve and succeed. That ends our lesson for today, dear learners. I hope you enjoyed learning in this week's episode in Science 8. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind this School on the Air lesson. Ma'am Erlinda S. Ramos, our script writer. Ma'am Venus J. Lintao, our language editor. Ma'am Donabel G. Velasco and Ma'am Annabel E. Rodriguez, our content editors. Ma'am Riza N. Marzan and Sir Ryan A. Colcol, our technical specialist. And I am Teacher Rio Faye B. Magaway, your radio teacher on the air. Thank you very much for tuning in and for patiently staying with us. Have a wonderful day and stay tuned for our live discussion.
Physics, chemistry, earth science, biology, biochemistry, environmental science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is a way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity of how the world develops and works today. Science, science, science. This is your class, and this is science.
Dance Radio, sinihalal sa radyo, hatid namin makabago, paraan ang pagturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta naman tulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
All right, you've just heard our lesson for Quarter 2, Shift 1, Week 4. And that is all about comets, asteroids, and meteors. So to our dear learners, please comment down your name and your section to our chat box for your attendance at samahan pa ito ng hashtag NEO, or that is the Near Earth Object. Okay, I repeat your name, your section, and hashtag NEO, N-E-O.
Yes. So, ayan, Ma'am Rosel. So, narinig na ng ating mga grade 8 learners ang ating RBI lesson, which is all about the characteristics of comets, asteroids, and meteoroids. So, we've been curious inside the Earth, and we have lots of things we are already know. Now, Ma'am Rosel, may tanong ako, are you been curious what having outside the Earth?
Yes, of course, ma'am, lalo na katatapos ng Miss Universe.
Yes! Or, ayan! Tama!
Diba?
Oh, congratulations, India, no? Now, so yun, so curious tayo kung ano ba ang meron sa universe natin. Anong meron outside the Earth. So, we will show you, our dear learners, some, ang tawag dito, Ma'am Lynn, jumbled letters. Ano? They will, they will arrange that, pero meron silang clue, ano ma'am? May clue sila or description. So, ano nga ba itong mga celestial bodies pa na we can be found in our solar system?
Yes, that's right, Ma'am Rio. So, aside from the sun, planets, and moon, what else are the near-Earth objects? So, to answer that, we have an activity, and that is the scrambled letters wherein our learners are going to arrange that to reveal the word or the answer. So, sa ating mga learners, please comment down your answer. So, let's have the first item. So, that is somtek. So, what is the word behind that? Okay,
So,
tignan natin, Ma'am Rio.
Ayan, other than sun, planets, and moon, what are other objects found in the solar system? So, now, item number 1 starts with letter C.
Yes, may nag-comment na, ma'am. So, let's wait for... Oh, meron ng isa, dalawa. Okay, i-reveal ko na ba?
And it starts with letter I, ends with letter S. Tama ba? Yun ba yung sagot nila, ma'am?
Yes, so they are correct. So, first na nag-comment, napaka-active talaga neto. Hulaan ninyo. Okay, so we have Ashley Timoteo of 8 SPJ. So, ang comment niya is Comets.
Yes, so ang comets are also, or they are also celestial bodies that can be found in the solar system.
Yes.
Ano
So,
pa kaya?
next item tayo, Sir Ryan. To our learners, please number this. Number 2. So,
Number 2.
ano yan?
Oh, Tedauris. Ano kaya yan? Okay, so itong
For
item
number 2, sino kayang unang magko-comment?
So we'll give a
Okay.
clue, Ma'am Rosel.
Yes, ma'am. So, it starts with letter...
A.
Letter A, yes. So, ayan, meron na ulit. So, we have here Arian Faye Ramos Carnate of 8 Copernicus at ang comment niya ay Asteroids. Okay, very good.
Ang galing nilang no?
Yes.
Mag-ayos ng mga letters. Ang galing, nabuo nila ang word na asteroid.
Yes, that's word game. Okay, item number 3.
And the last item na to, ano ma'am? I think?
Yes.
It starts with letter M.
Hindi ko makita.
Isang clue ulit, syempre makikita to sa solar system. Outside here.
Okay,
pwede rin
yes.
dito.
So,
The space.
okay, ayan, meron nang nag-comment. So, first up is we have Zarame Berioso of 8 Aristotle at ang comment niya ay Meteors. So, again, very good.
So, ayan.
Yes, so they are all correct. So, ulitin natin. So, we have here the near-Earth objects aside from sun, planets, and moon. So, we have comets, asteroids, and meteors.
Okay, so Pasingit, Ma'am Rio and Ma'am Rosel. So congratulations to Ashley Timoteo, Arian Pay Carnate, and Miss Berioso of 8 Socrates. Hindi ako nagsabi ng pa-price kanina.
Wow,
So lahat kayong
surprise!
tatlo, surprise siya kasi hindi ko sinabi para tignan ko na kahit ba walang price, they are willing to participate, they are willing to answer. So kayong tatlo, hintayin ninyo, bibigyan ko kayo ng tag 50 pesos load, worth of load na tag 50 pesos kayo.
Galanting,
Ha?
galanting.
Okay, so wait mo, Ashley, Arian, and Miss Berioso.
So, ang sponsor ng mga load ngayon ay si Ma'am Lynn.
Yes. So, alay nyo, baka mamaya meron pa, di ba?
Oo.
Sige, ang
Okay.
tabay lang, my dear learners.
Keep on participating, our grade 8 learners.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Lynn. So aside from the major planets and their satellites, other members of the solar systems are asteroids, comets, and meteors. So they are remnants of our solar system 4.6 billion years ago. So when we say asteroids, ma'am, so let's have a quick definition or characteristics of this near-Earth object. So when we say asteroids, these are rocky objects. Okay, remember that, learners, are rocky objects revolving around the sun that are too small to be called planets. Okay, so that is the characteristic of asteroid, rocky and smaller than a planet.
Okay. Now, let us give the characteristic naman of a comet. So, a comet is a fuzzy, luminous, big, dirty snowball or icy. Okay? And it is composed of rock dust wrapped around a big ball of ice.
Kasi Ma'am Rio, na-search ko, ang dirty snowball na yan, that is the nickname for comets. Oo, so hindi lang tayo ang may nickname, even comets meron. So ang nickname niya is dirty snowball.
So, ayun, tandaan nyo, our dear learners, kung kanina ang asteroid ay rocky object, ang comet naman is a big ball of ice. Okay? So, ayun.
Yes, that's right, Ma'am Rio. So comets are frozen leftovers from the formation of the solar system composed of dust, rock, and ice. Okay, this time, Ma'am Rio, how about meteor? What is the characteristics of meteor?
So, itong ginagawa natin, Ma'am Rosel, is gist niya lang.
Yes, parang preview lang. Patikim pa lang yan.
Parang description lang din niya yan, ma'am.
So, a meteor is a light phenomenon or a streak of light that occurs when a meteoroid burns up as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. So, a meteor is not a star. Okay? And the other name for meteor is a shooting star, but it is not a star. Okay?
Yes, so it's very important na malaman ninyo kung ano yung totoo. Yes, it is called shooting star or falling star, but it is not actually a star. Maybe it is called star because of its light, di ba, Sir Hector?
Yes, ma'am.
So, ayan, mamaya, we will discuss or dig further about meteoroids.
Yes, ma'am. So, comets and asteroids are referred to by astronomers as near-Earth objects or NEO. Kaya yung hashtag natin kanina is hashtag NEO because we are discussing near-Earth objects. So, for this afternoon, we will discuss the similarities and differences among comets, asteroids, and meteors. So, let's start, Ma'am Lynn.
Okay, so thank you, Ma'am Rosel and Ma'am Rio. Okay, our dear learners, makikita niyo sa ating screen, you have their table, the table 1, at makikita din ito sa inyong mga learning activity sheet. So you have there the characteristics of comets, meteors, and asteroids. So both the comet and asteroid orbit the Earth and move relatively slow when viewed from the Earth. So, ibig sabihin nito, you can view a comet for up to a year in the night sky. So the main difference between the comet and asteroid is the origin. So makikita nyo dyan, class. So first characteristics niya is the origin. Okay. So saan nga ba galing ito? Saan ba ang origin ng comet at saka ng meteors and asteroid? Okay. So comets typically come from the Oort cloud, which is beyond the solar system. And some from the Kuiper belt, which is beyond the Neptune orbit. So we have long period comets and short period comets. So long period comet originates from the Oort cloud, while the short period comet comes from the Kuiper belt. And Sir Hector, alam mo ba yung famous comet of the 20th century?
Ang natatandaan ko, ma'am, yan yung Hayleys Comet.
Yes, very good, sir. Matalas pa rin ang iyong memory. Yes, the comet Hayleys. And alam mo ba, sir, na the comet Hayleys is the only known short period comet. Siya yan. The rest, long period comet. So, ang Hayleys Comet, it takes 75 to 79 years to orbit the sun.
So, kailan uli natin makikita ang Hayleys Comet?
So, Hayleys Comet was seen in first noong 1990. And then, nag-appear uli siya noong 1986. So, kailan kaya uli, sir? Pagkatapos niya ng 76-year journey around the sun. So, 1986 plus 76. So, kailan?
2061 yung naano ko, Ma'am Lita, no? Yung,
Yes. Na-compute
next,
mo. At
appearance
nandun yun sa
niya.
kung nakinig din ang ating learners, nasa RBI yan. Okay, so yes. So, Hayleys Comet was last spotted in the earth sky noong 1986, and then it will return on its 76th journey around the sun in 2061.
Okay, so yan yung...
Meron pa kaya tayo nun, sir?
Ay, meron pa yan, ma'am. Yan yung pinakasikat na comet dito sa atin.
Yes, the famous comet of the 20th century. Okay, so that's the comet. So, asteroids originate from the asteroid belt. Sir, titingin nga yung ating asteroid belt at saka, ayan. So, you have their class. So, yung medyo may yellow na yan, yan ang ating asteroid belt. At yung sa kulay blue, that's the Kuiper belt and the Oort cloud. Yan. Okay. So, these are yung ating asteroid. The asteroids originate from the asteroid belt, and these are found between, anong planets yung mga yan, Sir Hector?
Planet, Jupiter, and Mars.
Yes, Mars and Jupiter.
Between the inner and the outer planets.
Okay. So there's a recent theory states that the asteroid belt was heavily populated with asteroids. So makikita natin dyan, napakaraming asteroid. So dyan. And because of the gravitational pull of Jupiter has made this asteroid throne. And it was also theorized that Jupiter's gravitational pull prevented this asteroid from forming into a new planet. So sa dami na yan, sir, dapat magpo-form sanang planet pa yan.
Yes, ma'am.
But because of the gravity of the Jupiter, napigilan niya. Hindi ngayon ito nag-form na planet. Yung mga asteroid na yan. At kung bakit sinabing asteroid belt, nag-forma sila dyan na parang belt.
Okay.
Nakapalibot na ganyan. Yan ang ating origin of the comets and asteroid. Okay? So, also, meron pa rin another group of astronomical researchers. So, they theorized that the asteroid belt was an empty space and the debris of other planets have filled this area with the objects which are then called asteroids.
Okay, so ganda pala nun. Dami kong natutunan. So aside from the given differences to us by Ma'am Erlinda, alam mo ba rin, ma'am, na mayroon pang kaibahan So, in the orbit of an asteroid is more rounded and less elliptical than the orbit of comet. So, yan yun, makikita natin. So, may figure kayo
Sir,
dyan.
yung sa asteroid is mas below.
Yes, ma'am. So, mapapansin nyo dyan na meron tayong round na circles at saka yung elliptical na circle. So, yung elliptical circle dyan ay yun yung para sa comet. And then yung round dyan ay yung para sa asteroid. Then, in February 13, asteroid 2012 DA14 made a closer approach to Earth as it orbited around the Sun. So, yung asteroid 2012 DA14, yan yung pangalan ng asteroid na lumapit sa atin. So, gaano ba siya kalapit? So, napakalapit siya in the sense na 27,700 kilometers away from the Earth. Yan na yung pinakamalapit na distansya na natatandaan natin na lumapit dito na asteroid. Then in December 2012, during the issue of the Doom's Prophecy, yun daw, Doom's Prophecy, katapusan.
End of the world.
End of the world. Asteroid Tauntantis has made a near approach to Earth but not as close as asteroid 2012 DA14.
Ibig sabihin, sir, mas malapit talaga yung asteroid 2012.
Oh. And then, kung matatandaan nyo, ma'am, nagkaroon pa ng pelikula na 2012. Nakatapusan ng mundo.
Ay, so ito yung inspiration,
Oo,
sir.
yan yung
ng
naging
movie.
inspiration nila sa Doomsday, yung 2012. Then, aside from that, nagkaroon din pa ng pelikulang Armageddon, na kung saan yung mga asteroid bumagsak sa lupa. Nakatapusan din ng mundo. Dito sila nanguha ng idea.
Yes, idea.
Oo. Then aside from that, okay, meron tayong illustration dyan wherein,
Sir, balik mo.
okay, balik natin.
Yan.
Okay, in that illustration shows the orbit of asteroid and comet. The orbit of an asteroid is more circular compared to the comet. Nasabi na natin kanina yan. An asteroid's orbit lies between Mars and Jupiter. Yan. Paulit-ulit natin sinasabi yung info na yan. The region between these two planets is called the asteroid belt. On the other hand, the orbit of comet is more elongated or elliptical in shape since it extends from the far region of the solar system. So, malayong solar system, ang bahagi ng solar system ang naabot.
Malayo, sir.
Oo. Oort cloud is found beyond the solar system while Kuiper belt is located beyond Neptune. So, beyond Neptune lang pala yung Kuiper belt.
Mas malayo yung
Oort cloud, oo. There are asteroids these are asteroids that most watched or closely monitored by astronomers because there is a possibility of colliding the Earth. Alam naman natin na any celestial body na lumalapit sa planet Earth, kapag napalapit sila masyado, i-absorb sila or hihilain sila ng pull of gravity ng Earth. Okay. So meron tayong 7,075 NEAs or near-Earth asteroids found with 500 to 1,000 of them at least 1 kilometer in diameter. So, ang lalaki. So, kung tatama sa atin, dito sa Earth, yung mga asteroids na yan, sigurado may kalalagyan ng Earth. Yan.
Hindi magiging maganda ang epekto nito, sir.
Oo, hindi magiging maganda. Ang example nga dyan, yung binabanggit natin na asteroid 2012 DA14, na nagkaroon nga ng close contact sa Earth noong February 15, 2013. If ever natatama sa Earth ang asteroid, ano nga bang mangyayari sa atin? So malalaman natin yan sa pamamagitan ng isang video clip.
That asteroid, sir, is our planet.
Duman lang sa ating
A distance only of 45,000 miles. Kaman lang nun, sir. Sa maswerte pa rin ang Earth.
Oo, maswerte.
Ganyan ang nangyari, sir. O, ayun. Lihis.
natin ang magiging effect. Diba?
That is a killer asteroid.
Maliligo pa yata sa ocean.
If hits a city like New York,
About Philippines man, sigurado na.
it will release 30 times more energy than Hiroshima.
Napakalakas. Wala kang matitira even dinosaurs na sinasabi nila.
Yan. So, pag tumama sa Earth, ganyan ang pwedeng mangyari, sir. So, it can generate tsunami. It will ignite trees and vegetation and cause forest fires. Mabiyab yan. Can shake the Earth and create a larger crater. So, destroy anything in its path. So, wala tayong magagawa. So, that spray na ang ating mga astronomers talagang yung binabantayan nilang mabuti talaga. Sa bagay, yun naman ang ginagawa nila, sir. Binabantayan nilang mabuti ang mga asteroids na yan kung yung direction ba ay sa ating Earth.
At saka, ma'am, may magagawa tayo, ma'am, kung papalapit na yan. Kasi maprepredict naman natin kasi nakikita naman natin, naobserbahan natin. Doon sa mga pinikula, ma'am, ang ginagawa nila. Then in real life situation din siguro, ito rin din siguro yung gagawin nila. Wherein, kapag nakita na lang na yung asteroid ay directly hit the Earth, ang gagawin nila is papasalubungan sila ng mga missiles para madurog. In that case, liliit yung asteroid na yan. And then habang nasa space pa siya, habang nasusunog siya pababa, marunaw pa. Malulusaw pa.
Okay. Magiging small particles na lang.
Babagsak man sa Earth pero mga maliliit na piraso na lang. Then yung impact is less na lang.
Yes. O kasi nga, sir, ang asteroids, comets, and meteors, they are varied and irregular shapes and size. So malalaki yan. So comes in various shapes like mayroong elongated, spherical, or irregular. So they are known to be debris of bodies within the young sun's nebula. So ayan yung picture ng nebula. When we say nebula, that is a cloud of gas and dust in outer space. So meron ulit kaming video dito na ipapakita sa inyo learners na kung saan makikita ninyo yung iba't ibang shape and size ng mga asteroids. Even the size.
Irregular shape. So, parang mga normal na stone lang dito sa atin naman.
O, tingnan mo yung isa, sir. O, mas mataas pa dun sa parang tower. So, 370 meters.
Yung mga landmark natin, man, parang pang ikinokompera na yung size naman.
So, dyan natin makikita kung gano'n sila kalalaki din, ano?
So, 1.4 kilometers. Si Castalia.
Diameter yung pinag-uusapan natin dyan, ma'am.
2.36 kilometers. Si 719 Albert. Si Phaeton, 5.8 kilometers.
So, laki.
Kaya pag yan ang tumama talaga sa Earth, sir, grabe. Aero.
16.84, parang laki. Aurora to, halos Aurora to Rojas yan. Diameter na lang yan.
Ay, yung mga shapes nila, sir, o iba-iba.
Yung 340 kilometers halos dito.
Ang galing mo magtansya sa mga ganyan, sir, ha?
Kapag balog ka man, natatansya mo.
145. Parang may parin.
Oo, parang may parin ng mga asteroids.
Asteroids. May iba't ibang size, iba't ibang shapes.
Ikaw, Ma'am Lynn, gusto mo bang makakuha ng asteroid?
Ay, ayoko.
Mabagsak
At yan, Sir Osiris, yan ang pinakamalaki. The largest asteroid is the Ceres.
Alam mo ba, Ma'am, na mahal yan, yung asteroid na yan?
Kahit na mahal si asteroid, ayoko.
Kasi meron akong napanood na isang farmer doon sa ibang country. Meron siyang kakaibang bato. Parang ang tingin niya is ordinary na bato ko yun.
Kwan na yan, sir.
Oo.
Meteorite na yun.
Oo.
Pag umaksak na sa Earth's surface, that is already meteorite. Talaga ang mga meteorite, nasa museum yan. May collection
Oo.
tayo dito sa Philippines.
Pero ang farmer na yun, hindi siya aware na meteorite pala yun.
Oo.
Ngayon, dahil sa kakaiba nga, ibinenta niya without knowledge na meteorite pala yun. Yung nakabili, alam niyang meteorite yun. So, nung binenta nun is, naging million yung halaga niya,
Kasi,
dollar.
that meteorite contains what element, sir?
Nickel, argon.
Nickel, argon, and at even gold.
Oo, yes.
May gold din yan. Yung, ang mga asteroids ay meron silang component na gold.
Oo.
Kaya yun, yung mga meteorites, kaya kinukolekta din nila yung mga meteorites na yan.
At saka naaalala ko noon si Ernie Baronio, yung sa ABS-CBN. Nung pinipicture niya, sabi niya, mas marami daw pang gold deposit doon sa outer space kaysa dito sa Earth. Doon daw sa outer space, meron daw gold na kasing laki ng isang palasyo. Mga
So,
ganun
ang
siya.
problema,
Kung ang problema, paano mo iuwi dito sa Earth?
Kaya nga, yung sa outer space, sir, mas marami ang gold doon kasi hindi nakukuha.
Oo.
Yung andito sa Earth, nakukuha kasi.
Pagkatapos pagbabalik tayo doon sa theory kung paano na-form ang Earth, di ba isang bola lang yan na malaki? Dalawa? Patas nagkabungguan yung tsorya na. So ibig sabihin kung ano yung mga nasa outer space natin, siya rin yung nandito sa atin. Diba? Kasi galing nga lang sila sa isang bagay.
Yes. Okay, so let's move on, sir. Another difference, sir?
Okay. So another difference between asteroids and
Balik mo,
comets
Sir Ryan.
is their chemical compositions. Ito yung kanina. Asteroid contain rocks and metals, while comet contain ice or icy objects including dust, metals, and elements like sodium and argon. Unlike a comet, an asteroid is composed of mostly rocks and metals that are mostly iron and nickel. So scientists discovered that comet Hale-Bopp contains argon, which made the comet appear brightly.
So, dahil dun sa argon, sir.
Oo. The dirty snowball, ito yun, nasabi kanina, yung nickname pala nito. The dirty snowball made of ice is the nucleus of a comet. Aba, nucleus, hindi lang pala silang merong nucleus, As the comet gets closer to the sun, the ice melts and evaporates together with dust particles. O nga naman, pag papunta ka sa sun, thousands ng kanyan, yung temperature nun, di ba? Millions. These particles of gases make a shining head around the comet called a coma.
Kasi additional lang, sir, kasi ang comet, meron siyang parts. Meron siyang 4 visible parts. Okay. So, meron siyang nucleus,
Yes.
meron siyang gamma, then tail, meron ion, and dust tail. Pag si nucleus and gamma, pag pinagsama ito, yun ang tinatawag na head. So, may head
yun yung head niya.
Comet.
So, yung head niya is the nucleus.
Yes. So, yan.
Okay.
So, yung nucleus of a comet, sir, is also known as the core. Pinaka-core niya.
Yan na.
And it contains mostly ice and dust covered with a dark organic material.
Okay.
Yung gamma naman niya, the spherical envelope of gas that surrounds a comet's nucleus is called a gamma.
Okay.
So when combined with the nucleus, it forms the comet's head.
Parang yung coma niya kapag sa cell siya yung cell membrane, parang ganon.
At yung mga tail naman niya, so mahaba pala yung tail na yan nila, sir.
Gaano kahaba yan?
Yung dust tail, it measures up to 10 million kilometers in length.
10 million kilometers in length.
Samantalang yun namang ion tail niya, kung saan yung it measures over 100 million kilometers long.
So napakahaba nga, ma'am.
Yes. Pero pag nakikita natin na dito, maliit lang kasi nga yung distance.
Oo, yun yung...
So, ito rin yung, kasi nga, di ba, habang palapit siya sa sun, is nalulusaw.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yun, nagbe-vaporize. Kaya yun yung nagpo-form na tail.
Okay, so ganun pala ka-exciting dito. Okay, so ano pa, ma'am?
Next, ano pa ba ang kwan? Okay, so you have there. So, after a comet, yan. So, the tail of a comet usually points away from the sun. So, makikita natin doon sa illustration. And it will disappear when a comet moves farther away from the sun.
So nawawala na
So,
siya.
after a comet has passed close to the sun, many times it breaks apart. And the small pieces from the comet is spread out. Mag-spread yan. And these pieces of dust and rocks, along with those coming from other sources, are now called meteoroids. Pasok na dito si meteoroids. So, sir, paano ba? Meron meteoroids, meteors, and meteorites.
Okay.
Ano ang pagkakaiba ng mga meteoroids, meteor? Pare-pareho ba ito?
Okay. Tingnan natin doon sa illustration. Okay.
Okay, sila. Ano naman natin?
ano, ma'am?
How meteor, and meteorites are related. Ma'am Rosel and Ma'am Rio, nakatulog na yata kayo dyan. Okay, it's your turn.
Ma'am Rio.
Okay, so sabi nyo kanina, Ma'am Lynn and Sir Hector, from the broken pieces of comets and or asteroids, dyan na pumapasok ang meteoroid. So, here are the differences. The difference is just based on where the rock is located. Okay? So, itong tatlo na to, meteoroid, meteor, meteorite, yung differences nilang tatlo ay nakabase or nakabase sa kung saan yung rock sa ating,
So, isang bagay lang garod yan, ma'am. Isang bagay lang. Depende lang sila sa location.
Opo.
Either galing sila sa asteroid or comets.
Yes, Ma'am Rio. So, unahin natin yung meteoroid. So, saan nga ba? Nasaan nga ba si meteoroid? So, when we say meteoroid, okay, take note of this, learners. So, meteoroid is a space rock that is still in the space. So, si meteoroid, nasa space pa lang siya. Ngayon, when that meteoroid, bumaba na siya, it burns, it will now be called meteor. So,
pumasok na sa Earth's atmosphere,
yes, ma'am.
Rosel.
So, meteor is a meteoroid that burns up in the Earth atmosphere. So, pag nasa Earth atmosphere na siya, tinatawag na natin siyang meteor.
So habang nagta-travel itong meteor sa ating atmosphere, so because of friction, it burns up.
Yes.
Okay, so habang nagta-travel siya, syempre, when it burns up, from large size, nagiging smaller siya.
Lumiliit.
Oo. And when this meteor hits the Earth's surface or yung crust natin, it is now called meteorite.
Yes.
So from meteoroid, meteorite.
So naalala ko tuloy yung favorite love team ko noon, si Sanchay at saka si Daumins.
Meteor
Garden yun. Isa ka sa F4?
F5 naman, magiging F5 pag ganun.
Ikalima daw siya.
Siya yung binubugo.
So doon sa Meteor Garden kasi so nakatingin silang 5 doon sa falling star.
Oo, meteor shower, yung kay pinapanood, tinitingnan nila.
Falling star. Or
patas
that's the shooting star. Or tinatawag din natin itong bulalakaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Na kung saan si Sanchay nag-wish yan,
Natupad kaya yung wish?
Natupad, ma'am.
Tignan natin mamaya. Masasagot yan ni Ma'am Rosel at ni Ma'am Rio.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, explain natin bakit parang may light, 'di ba? May streak of light. So, meteor is considered as a piece of space rock burning up in Earth's atmosphere. At kapag nasa Earth's atmosphere na siya, nababurn na siya, it will now produce a streak of light. So, yun yung usual na nakikita na natin. So, it is considered harmless even though it can be viewed from Earth at times. So, safe siya. Di ba, minsan inaabangan pa nga natin yan, di ba,
At
ma'am?
napakabilis nito, di ba, Ma'am Rosel?
Yes.
Oo.
Isang kisap mata lang.
Oo, ma'am.
So, safe siya sa radiation sa mata natin. It is safe. Okay, so the light observed in a meteor is because, ito yung dahilan kung bakit may light, because of the friction with the Earth atmosphere. So, meteor is also called shooting star because of the light, but it is not actually a star. Okay, so remember that. So, meteor shower happen regularly. So, why meteor shower occurs? So, ito naman. So, when Earth passes through the trail of dust and gas left by a comet, particles enter Earth's atmosphere and most burn up in a lively light show, thus creating a spectacular meteor shower. So, yun na yung maramihan.
Naka-ano ka na ba ng meteor shower?
Naka-witness?
Naka-witness ka na?
Yes, ma'am. Minsan inabangan ko pa ngayon talaga.
Nag-wish
Kasi
ka din ba, ma'am?
sabi nila, pag nag-wish ka, magkatotoo daw. So, syempre, sir, bata pa ako noon. Nag-wish talaga ako.
Pad ba?
Maybe natupad because also of the hard work, di ba? Sinamahan ng hard work yun. Okay, so some meteor showers like the Perseids and the Leonids occur annually when Earth orbit takes our planet through the debris path left along the comet's orbit. So usually, every year meron tayong inaabangang mga ganito, meteor shower.
So actually, Ma'am Rosella, according to my research, so the 2021, this year yan,
Yes.
Geminid meteor shower peaks on the night between December 13, which is today, and tomorrow, December
May naasahan
14.
tayo.
Abangan nyo yan. Pero kapag clear yung sky, so possible na makita.
So this meteor shower is capable of producing 150 or more meteors per hour.
Meteor shower na siya, ma'am, kasi madaming streak of
Parang
light na yun.
ambon na yon. Marami na. Kaya tinawag ng meteor shower.
150 meteors per hour. So, napakadami nun,
Yes. And ang ganda niyang panoorin. Okay, so Ma'am Rio, let's reflect on the popular phenomenon occurring on the sky called a shooting star. So, ito, natanong kanina ni Sir Hector to sa akin. So, do our wishes come true if we wish upon a star?
Diba? Parang megastar lang.
So,
superstar?
Okay, ito, mga learners, siguro fan na fan kayo dito, nagwi-wish kayo. So, totoo ba yun na pag nag-wish tayo sa shooting star ay magkakatotoo? Ma'am Rio?
Okay, so, based sa napag-aralan natin na remnants lang siya ng comets at asteroids, di ba? Hindi naman, di ba, na idedepende mo yung pangarap mo doon lang sa shooting star na yon. So, it depends. So, if we believe in that, syempre, sa wish na yon and we work hard for it, matutupad at matutupad talaga yung wish natin.
Oh, okay, so therefore, ma'am, that is only a superstitious belief.
Yes.
So,
Kasi nga, I wish, for example, sa mga estudyante, gusto kong magkaroon ng mataas na grade. Yung grade 10, gusto kong magkaroon ng highest honor. Okay? Pero, just say it. Hindi naman gumagawa. Hindi naman nag-aaral, naglalaro. Paanong matutupad? So, kailangan yung wish mo may kasamang
hard work.
Yes, hard work. And, siyempre, with the help of the Lord. Ayan.
Okay,
Magdasal
so-
ka rin. Pero pag nagdasal ka, nasa tao ang gawa, nasa Diyos ang awa.
50% sa'yo, 50% sa
So, wag magdidepende dyan sa wish-wish na yan.
Okay,
So, kailangan
yes.
mag-work. Kaya kayong dalawa, pag may wish kayo, ang wish ninyo ay ma-meet ninyo ang inyong mga dream man.
Oh, yes.
Siyempre, di ba, Sir Hector?
Oo.
Kailangan hindi lang basta maghihintay na darating yan.
Alam mo ba si Rochelle, ma'am, iba yung smile niya since nung nagpunta tayo sa kasal.
Sir Hector, oh my God.
Kasi may wish yata siya,
Okay,
sir, na
so
medyo
ayan.
natutupad.
That's only a superstitious belief, no scientific basis.
okay.
Okay, so bago tayo mag-end, madami pa tayong time. Ma'am Lynn, eto naman, so bakit ba natin pinag-aaralan? What are the importance of comets, asteroids, and meteors?
Okay, so, oo nga, pati mga students, tinatanong nila siguro yan. Why are comets, asteroids, and meteors important? May ambag ba ito sa ating buhay? Sabi nila. Okay, so these three heavenly bodies are very important for the scientists. Lalong-lalo na sa ating mga scientists. So, important sa kanila in studying the occurrence of different elements and compounds on Earth. Yan. So they have modified significantly the Earth's biosphere in the past. Okay. And also, the information of these comets, asteroids, and meteors are important in studying mineral resources, which is an important industry in any country. So that's why kasama ito sa pinag-aaralan natin at lalo na nga sa ating subject na science. Okay. So sir, meron pa tayong maraming fun facts about meteors. So you have there sa screen. Pakibasa nga number 1, sir.
There are millions of meteors in the Earth's atmosphere every day.
You see? So there are millions of
millions.
The Earth every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Another is meteors can become visible as high as 120 kilometers above Earth.
Aba, medyo kon na yan medyo mababa na yan.
Mababa lang, no? Okay. So, another, if a meteor produces a sound, and that sound is called a sonic boom. It is typically heard seconds after the meteor becomes visible.
So may sound muna.
Yes,
Sonic boom. Paano yung sound na sonic boom?
Yung pang
May
yan,
boom.
parang yung may jet plane. Na,
Parang zoom, parang ganun lang.
Zoom.
Yung pag may dumaan na jet plane. Kasi pag yung makikita natin dun sa sky na yung may guhit na ganun, na kulay puti.
Contrails.
Oh, ganon. So, yung
that
sound nun
contrails.
is sonic boom.
Ay, parang yung kwan lang yung sound effect kapag tumatakbo si Sonic na yung character sa cartoon.
Tapos andun
Yeah,
yan,
yeah.
sir, sa lesson natin ng sound nung sa
Okay.
quarter 1.
Since sound travels faster than light.
Lights.
Lights travels faster than sound.
Okay.
Kaya nakikita natin ang lightning muna bago yung
Bago ang
Thunder.
Yes. Okay, also, meteors are usually the size of pebbles and not larger than a baseball. Pati ka,
Maliit lang talaga, ma'am. Maliit.
And number 5, sir?
Although meteors have existed since ancient times, they were not believed to be from our solar system until 1833.
So, ano lang, 1833.
So, hindi sila naniniwala.
So, ayan. Sir, hindi pa tayo magte-thank you. Meron pa. Magsa-summarize pa tayo.
Ayan na naman, inaapura na naman
Inaapura
tayo.
tayo ni sir. Ayan. Okay, so...
Pwedeng ilapit, sir, kaya yan, hindi natin makita, no? Sign of aging.
Yes, malayo kasi kayo sa
ayan. So, let's summarize to us what we have discussed, Ma'am Rosel. So, aside from the sun, planets, and moon, there are other celestial objects found in our solar system. And these are the comets, asteroids, and
Meteors.
So, these three space rocks have similarities and their
Difference. Okay, starting with origin, ma'am.
Okay.
So when we say comets, so the origin is from Kuiper Belt and Oort cloud, while meteor is most are from the asteroid belt, and at the same time asteroids are from asteroid belt also. How about shape, Ma'am Rhea?
Okay, so sa shape naman tayo, nagkakaiba sila sa comets. Their shapes are varied and irregular. Ganon din sa
meteors and asteroids.
So they are all the same.
Yes. So in terms of shape, pare-pareho yung NEO natin, near Earth objects natin. And then we have also the chemical composition. So for comets, it is composed of dust, rock, metals, ice, frozen gases, ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, and other organic compounds, while meteors, it is now the fragments of asteroids and comets. So usually sa meteors, ang content nito is iron, stone, stony iron, and chondrites. While asteroids, ito yung dust, rock, and metals like silicate, iron, and nickel, including olive and pyroxene. Okay, how about sa orbit, ma'am? Anong masasabi mo doon?
So, in terms of the orbit of these three celestial bodies, sa comet, they are, the orbit of comet is highly elliptical, and the orbital period ng comet ay 75 to 100,000 years.
Yes, in years yan.
While in meteors naman, they have no orbit as it is inside the Earth's atmosphere. Kasi
Yes, nandito na, di ba? Tumaman.
And then the asteroids naman, more rounded ang kanilang orbit. And their orbital period is from 1 to 100 years.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, may importance din siya in terms or in the field of research. So for comets, it provides clues on how liquid water was formed on Earth. Meteors provides information on star formation and evolution. Asteroids, it provides information on the composition of the Earth's interior. So, hindi lang basta natin to pinag-aaralan, but at the same time, they contribute on what is really inside the Earth. Okay, di ba nga ma'am, may theory pa na ang extinction of dinosaurs is because of this near-Earth objects.
Yes, so yan dun sa Alvarez hypothesis, na-discuss yan dun sa ating RBI.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so comets provide clues on how liquid water was formed on Earth, while meteors provide information on star formation and evolution, and asteroids provides information on the composition of the Earth's interior.
Okay, so for this second quarter in Science 8, ang mga napag-aralan natin is the natural phenomenon, di ba ma'am? So we started with earthquake
and faults.
Yes ma'am, and then typhoon
and
tapos
then
ito, the near-Earth objects. So hopefully our learners are becoming more aware kung ano talaga yung nasa paligid nila at kung ano yung mga nangyayari.
Okay, so pagbalik natin next year, another set of lessons naman na. For the meantime, rest muna tayo, grade 8.
Yes. Shift to grade 7 naman ng may science and 9. So sa science 8, next year na ng shift to natin.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
about matter naman ang ating third quarter.
And reminding our dear learners to please finish all your activities until Wednesday afternoon.
yes.
Kasi by Thursday, you are going to pass all your outputs for the first shift of second quarter. And at the same time, kukunin din ninyo yung mga modules ninyo for the second shift for next year.
Okay, so grade 8 learners in science, tapusin na lahat ang mga activities ng quarter 2, week 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reminder sa mga performance tasks, ang meron lang tayong performance task is week 1. That is the, ano yung week 1 performance task natin?
About earthquake, duck cover, and
Yes. And then week 2, wala. Then week 3 kasi medyo grabe yung week 3 natin grabe kasi medyo mahirap. So they are going to track the path of the typhoon Lawin. Lawin ha, yung binigay naming sample class ay Sendong.
Yes.
So ang iti-trace nyo ay si Typhoon Lawin. So ngayon, sa week 4, hindi kami magbibigay ng performance task kasi sabi ko nga, medyo mahirap ang week 3. Para matapos nila, sir. Kasi nga, kailangang maipasa na nila on Thursday. So I hope hanggang Wednesday, ngayon, tomorrow and Wednesday, matapos ninyo ang week 4. Masagutan lahat ang mga validating questions and the summative test.
Iyon yung usually na namimiss ng ating mga estudyante.
Hindi lang lamang dapat learners activities ang ginagawa ninyo. Hindi lang yun ang sinasagutan. Importanteng masagutan ang mga validating questions, summative test, at magawa ang mga performance tasks.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, yan, dapat may checklist kayo. Complete, dapat lahat yan.
At dito din, after the RBI, hindi ba meron nakapost na question dito?
Yes, ma'am, sa page natin.
Oo, sa FB community. So, kailangan masagot din nila yon.
Okay, mention your science teacher para makita namin, ma-check namin yun.
Yes. Okay. So, meron pa ba
Yes,
tayong mga
ma'am. So,
reminders?
congratulations sa ating lahat, sa ating mga learners. So, this is now the end of the second quarter RBI and live discussion. But you still have how many days para tapusin yung mga activities? Okay, so thank you again sa ating scriptwriter, si Ma'am Erlinda. So sa ating lahat, the grade 8 science teachers, to our technical specialists.
Yes, Ma'am Risa Marsan and Sir Ryan Colcol. And of course, yung palaging behind the scene, Sir Jocel Guillermo. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So, see you again next year. For
Happy
Science
holidays!
Day. Yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. We are the team.
8.
Bye-bye.
Physics, Chemistry, Earth Science, Biology, Biochemistry, Environmental Science. These are some branches of science. Science is about a whole lot more than that. And to sum it up, we believe that science is the way of helping the brain grow in finding new knowledge and help us defeat our curiosity and how the world develops and works today. Science. This is your class, and this is science. And now, here is your host for the day. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWDR FM.